Hello everyone, my name is Relatively Retro, also known as Rudolph, and welcome to today's newest video. That's right, it has been almost 2 years since I made a legitimate video. And why? Why is that? Has there been a change of focus? Are there life changes? Well, there's multiple factors that's involved, some financial, some personal, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about everything regarding the current now to the future of the channel and just everything that's going on and starting right now. So some people ask, why? 2 years is a long time, you know, and there's been a lot that has happened in 2 years. There's a lot that can happen in a week, a lot that can happen in a month, a lot that can happen in a year. In 2 years, get out of town. So much stuff has changed in my personal life, but definitely those life changes were also coincided with my physical hardware. You know, my computer is 8 years old. Like, I just gotta face it, it's old. It has an i7 7700K and a 1070 Ti. It's just not what it used to be at all, quite frankly. And it sucks, you know? Like, there's some games that are just chugging along that just, they can barely run. Like, even War Thunder is starting to have issues with me running it, just regular playing. I've never even been able to record it, except for maybe early on, but you know, updates, things like that, all sorts of stuff, DCS included, all sorts of different games and aspects of different things. It's just old hardware and it's just not able to do what it used to do. And that's just a big reason I haven't made any videos. But what about a new computer? Well, that's Project Supernova 2. The computer's name is Supernova 2. Building it is Project Supernova 2, obviously. And the original intention was to have the computer built by mid-July, early August. But unfortunately, there's a lot of life changes that happened in that time, starting early August. Personal life, finances, preparing for many different things, and it was just absolutely rough and just something I could barely handle myself. But now, hey, you know, July, a lot of stuff happened in August. September was kind of a peak and started to cool down. Now it's October. It's completely fine. It's mellow. It's just kind of a straight curve with a couple ups and downs here and there. And I'm just finally used to everything. I'm back on my sleep schedule that I used to be on. There's no stress, hardly at all. And it's just a real good time right now in August. Sorry, excuse me, October. See, that's how great it is. Even forget a couple things because, you know, you can afford to. But aside from that, let's talk about expanding the Relatively Retro community as a whole. It's very important to me in my future plans. Got all sorts of different types of content that I want to make that I'm very passionate about, whether it's certain games or just topics in general that's just more than just gaming. But definitely expanding the gaming to more diverse games with single player, co-op and multiplayer, especially co-op and multiplayer with friends. Like I said, all of which very important to me and just a small part of expanding the wider Relatively Retro community. Things like tutorials, reviews are certain things that are on the table and might even become a thing in the future. Whether it's an individual product related to gaming or stuff inside of games themselves, just you name it, there's all sorts of different opportunities, tutorials included. But most of my content's going to be quality over quantity. And also, might be getting some help from members of any Relatively Retro affiliated community, which is something that's going to be expanded on in the future and we'll talk about in just a minute. Speaking of which, community-wise, Boys und Flugzeug, so BUF, also known as and most lovingly referred to as the Boof. Let's go ahead and talk about the future plans for this wonderful community. You know, as well as just future projects involving you guys more directly as part of the YouTube channel, and even maybe making videos for the channel for DCS content, especially your guys' POV in videos if your guys' computers can handle recording and playing at the same time. You know, all of our hardware is different. It's not like a console where they're all the same, but I'm telling you right now, a lot of plans for that. Other plans as well, future events pertaining to the Boof. Not many people have a ton of modules and they can't always attend special longer events. So we're gonna start catering to the more general community. You know, the Boof community, it's rather small and we're very spread out. So our intentions are to have shorter and more general unrealistic missions with more options to aircraft. So just like, oh hey, Soviet Hind, working with an Apache, F-16, MiG-29, they're working together against whoever, right? Just given the ability for people to play and have those options at their disposal. But it's also because, the small community, 25% of people are American, 75% of people are in Europe, and just kind of all around, and there's different time zones, and I'm the only guy with my own time zone. It's I gotta wake up significantly early to do almost anything. It's even in the normal life, but just to play video games, absolute disaster. So getting those kind of things available and ready, doing stuff on weekdays is very difficult, but doing stuff on weekends is almost as much as a chore. But we got like Saber Saturday and Sukhoi Sunday and Phantom Friday is definitely going to start being a thing. But regards to future events that are more advanced, we plan our missions months in advance, literally months in 3 to 4 months minimum, especially for the bigger missions. Depending on the modules needed, certain maps being needed, and maps are already as hard to justify a purchase anyway when you could buy a whole new AAA title for a map. It's crazy. That's why we like to wait for sales. That's we do that for all of our members to save time and money and just wait for sales to happen and have adequate time to purchase and learn any modules for these special events to take place. But most of it's going to be like more modern Russian aircraft, Flaming Cliffs, as well as or Soviet aircraft, whatever you want to say, as well as more newer NATO aircraft. But the more special events are gonna that's a whole nother thing, more of an internal thing. But we got missions that are just fully completed on the back burner, saved later in special folders, files, waiting and begging to be played. They're literally fully completed with voice acting and everything. But those missions are going to be withheld until the community grows, we get a little bit more dedicated, and just the community expands in general with all sorts of different aircraft and missions, including stuff that might be related to World War II at some point, which is very exciting. Biggest topic on the table, though, aside from just events, the videos in general. Where in the hell is Boys and Flutes like Part 7? It's not yet in production. And when will it be in production? Well, like I said, everything would have been done in July, or if I haven't mentioned it, everything would have been done in July and August of 2025. A lot of life changes happened. Finance, personal life, you name it. It was just a really rough time starting in early July. And it peaked, goes down to October. Like I said, we're a lot more mellow now. We're a lot more straight in the curve, and things are just now normal. I'm able to think straight. Just life is going great right now, and we're just hoping to continue that. But Project Supernova 2. Supernova 2 is the name of the computer. Building it is Project Supernova 2. When's it supposed to be completed? It's supposed to be completed by late July, mid-August. But like I said, emergencies. So, unfortunately, it was supposed to be fully purchased by November 1st, if not November 15th, at the latest. Well, there's been a change of plans once again, but it's for the better. So Project Supernova 2 is now supposed to be completed or just fully purchased on December 1st, 2025. And there's multiple reasons for it, but they're all good reasons. First things first, I spent over 850 some odd dollars. I am now completely credit card debt free. Living life happily. No more debt. Fantastic. About 10 days from now, give or take, whenever the video is done being recorded, or even a month from now, I plan to purchase plane tickets home to see my family, which I haven't seen for over a year. And we got a lot of super cheap plane tickets for a different country and a trip going there with a lot of buddies sometime next year. But the tickets are super cheap. Cannot afford to not get them at this time, at least within the next 2 months or so. But what about all the money that's being spent and being saved? Like I said, December 1st is Cyber Monday. That's when the whole computer is going to be built. Doesn't matter. It will be built by that time. And even then, there's stuff to do once I get the new computer. Gotta log into all my accounts. Gotta download all the games and set up all the controls, if any, especially for DCS. Holy shit, if you know, you know. I'm horrified at that, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Downloading and setting up all the programs that are used for just in general stuff, and especially recording and editing. And just troubleshooting and testing out all the programs to make sure that they work properly, But once it's all tested, optimized, videos will once again begin production. And best of all, you guys won't know it. But there will be something that will definitely be involved, and that is the legendary F4 Phantom, which many of my friends and members of the Boof community have been waiting literally almost a year, if not more, to play the Phantom with me. It has been a long time coming. So, there are some other things going on in some other communities and other in-game units that I plan to make some changes to, whether it's abolishing, expanding, or just being more dedicated to, or just, like I said, just cutting it off altogether. But that's a topic for more internal developments rather than posting on YouTube. But we got a lot of very big things in the future that I'm very happy about, just ready to expand, a lot more dedication, and just literally working myself to the bone with blood, sweat, tears, just to get to my computer alone to start editing and making plans and all sorts of different things, and really executing those plans with no more broken promises on a lot of different angles, and just having fun while doing it, especially while making content. As well, future stuff. I want to get back into voice acting. I want to try all that kind of stuff and get a lot more opportunities and just expand and learn whatever I can as long as I can and have fun doing it. But that being said, that's a topic for the next video, which it's going to be a legitimate video. I'm going to tell you that right now. It may take a bit, but 2026 is going to be a very promising year for Relatively Retro and its communities. So, I've been your host, Rudolph, Relatively Retro, whatever you want to say. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you soon. If not this year, definitely the next. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. Ciao.